Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Fiber Content Knitting Podcast. I'm Isabelle.
And I'm Hannah. And we are two Brooklyn-based knitters and podcasters. We are coming to you after a 2-month hiatus that has been very full of travels and work and knitting, of course.
Yeah, so where were you, Hannah?
So I just got back from Spain. My Instagram temporarily turned over to a Camino Instagram because my lovely aunts were berating me for more pictures.
Aww.
So that
the fans love. I love.
The fans
me. I'm the fans.
And you wouldn't imagine the amount of like knitting discourse that happened through those pictures and through those stories. Like, I really love to keep my Instagram mostly knitting focused for so many reasons. I think for like, I only have knitting Instagram. Instagram for me is knitting. Like, they are one and the same. But anyway, I also of course have like family and friends who follow me on Instagram. So I was posting my Camino pictures and updates, like anything that spoke to me. I'm not precious at all with Instagram stories, but I had so many knitters like respond to me and be like, I love following along. So the Camino ends in northwest Spain in a city called Santiago de Compostela. And Rebecca from Moving Stitches, who's a Spanish knitter based in Santiago de Compostela, reached out. And so it was just like really nice to have an exchange with Spanish knitters who like I followed, and I don't think I really even like, you know, you click follow or whatever and you don't even really take in where somebody's based. But it just felt really magical to have like her reach out, and then we were chatting about places to go in Santiago de Compostela. Anyway, so that's all to say that, yes, I was on the Camino, but thinking about knitting all the time, talking about knitting all the time.
We were talking about that I was nervous that when she got back, she wasn't going to be as obsessed with knitting anymore, and I was going to be abandoned into my hyperfixation. And she was like, no.
Never. And I always like, I don't know if you, I think people do this a lot, like I'm sure it's like a therapy technique or something, but like, where you have a happy place you go, right? Or like something. It's not like rhyme. Actually, let's not go there.
And now it's knitting.
But I think also like because COVID for me and knitting happened all at once. Like when I started knitting seriously, it was like in the middle of COVID. New York City was really a scary place to be in that moment. Like I would turn to knitting like as pure relief. Like I needed that. I needed it so much in that moment.
And same when you were walking 10 miles a day.
Like literally similarly, like I'd be like, where do I go right now? Where do I go? And I was like, go to your Ravelry page, go to the popular patterns.
But guys, Hannah mailed her knitting home.
Okay, let me explain, okay, before you guys start judging. So I had the full intention of knitting in some way on the Camino. You know what? I can show and tell right now. So my intention was to knit a pair of socks on the Camino.
It's so beautiful.
And if you know my preferred knitting, you know that I like to knit socks using double pointed needles.
You can't do that while you're walking.
Well, not while I'm walking. I mean, I certainly couldn't do it while I was walking, but even I thought like at night I would want to
By the way, before you take us out, we have decided to not show each other our knitting until like we like show it, because usually we look at everything before the pod, but what are they called? Two Pearls in a Pod, who we love.
Yeah.
Like, it's a surprise and they get excited, and we were like, it's a surprise, but now I'm like
really like frothing at the bit, literally. Okay, so I was initially going to bring these socks.
Pretty.
So these socks are in Icy Lavender by the Wandering Flock.
Oh my God.
Which is a yarn I've had actually since like October of 2021. I remember knitting on it with
because didn't you buy a set because you wanted the accent color for something else?
I initially wanted this color for, I should show that shawl sometime soon because it's one of my favorite knits, for the Stephen West.
Vertices Unite?
Yes, Vertices Unite shawl. You're so good.
It's a great sock, Hannah. It's beautiful.
But in any case, so I had, and so then I ended up not using this. It didn't work in that shawl. But this is the broken rope from the Sailor Sock set by Summerlee Knits, which I always knit. So I was like, okay, great. Like I'll bring this yarn, I'll bring these needles. And the reason I initially wasn't going to knit with this yarn, I was going to knit with like a gray from Explorer Knits. But I was just like, the theme of the trip is choose joy. This color is like really out there and fun, even if it's not the most practical.
Honestly, that's so cute though.
Yeah.
It matches your nails.
Yeah, it does match my nails. I love this color. It's always, I love it. But yeah, I got there and I don't know. I just kind of wanted to. It wasn't. I don't know. The Camino wasn't like fostering a desire to knit for me in that way, and certainly not this pattern. And so anyway, I ended up sending it home with my boyfriend when he came and visited. And I was also like, okay, the fact of the matter is you're carrying everything, right? And so this doesn't seem like a lot of weight, but I didn't want to be carrying a 100-gram skein. And
you're valid.
And I was chatting with people. I was like fully chatting. I wasn't actually. I was reading a little bit when I could. Yeah. But and stuff gets gross on the Camino. It would have been like, you know, it was raining all the time, which was totally fine to walk through, but
and you don't have to explain yourself. I just
no, but I think it's like
it made me laugh. You sent it home. You sent it away.
I sent it away. I was like, Godspeed to my knitting. No, but I think it's like an interesting thing. I also think like part of I won't get too like spiritual right now. The Camino, I mean, it was great, but it wasn't, you know, anything too crazy. But I think part of it for me was also like not in like in a too ascetic of a way, but like part of the Camino is like putting yourself in this slightly uncomfortable environment, right? You're walking all the time, you're sleeping in unknown places, you're meeting new people, and I think I was like, there were certain things that certain challenges that I didn't want to do as part of that, but I think one of the challenges was like taking away this creature comfort for just a little bit and seeing how that goes, and knowing that I can go without it if I need to. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because in many ways, knitting is a security blanket for us, and it's so great and it's so necessary, but it's also nice to know that, you know, we can go without it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you're getting a phone call. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what you were doing in our brief hiatus?
What was I doing? I was finishing up my first year internship for my MSW, and that honestly just ended in like end of June. So I have been resting.
Good.
I'm trying to kill the burnout a little so that I can be fresh for next semester. I'm like nannying the cutest 4-month-old I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh, like, a baby.
He's
That's
like
awesome.
just a little potato. And I've knitted so much. I've been casting on like a mad woman. So I have like 11 whips right now. And actually, like a doofus, I left my 2 FOs at home. So I guess I'll like tell you what they are, but really it'll be like a whip store for me.
Nice.
And so many whips, and then Hannah's got 2 FOs and 2 whips, so
yeah.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. Why don't you start by saying the FOs that you forgot? Because we probably know them, right? They've been hinted at.
Yes, so I finished my half wrap, but alright, maybe I'll like input a picture. But I ran out of yarn, and they don't make the yarn anymore.
Oh my god.
So we know the half wrap, it's 2 triangles.
Yeah.
Mine is like half linen quill soft pink and half cashmerino
Posy, right?
Posy.
Yeah.
Both from Purl Soho, but Posy's discontinued.
Oh my gosh.
So I ran out of yarn, so I was like rapidly decreasing.
Okay.
Like instead of knitting like to the short row and then knitting 1, I was like to the like resolving the short row and knitting like 3, and then so like my triangle was like
Wait, so you were decreasing on that edge that's supposed to be straight?
Yeah.
Also, so it's not a perfect square.
It's not a perfect square.
I understand. Okay.
And then in my
like
bind off, I ran out of yarn. So it's like bound off partially with a different similar yarn.
Great.
Additionally, basically, it's like it is like a square with like a little whoop, like a little whoop.
Yeah.
But I love it, and it's fine.
Wait, I kind of like that because my favorite thing to do is like wear the half wrap a little off center, and you can just fold yours down and it's already off center.
It's chaos, but I think I'm mostly gonna use it as a couch blanket.
Yeah,
it's huge.
They're huge.
I haven't blocked it because I don't want to. It's massive. So that was the
don't need to
first
block
FO, and it's too hot for it right now. But I really got into it though. I was like, I'm finishing stuff. And it was
when
fun.
were you knitting it? Like, when did you feel called to knit it?
I guess it's been a while. It's been like maybe at least 3 weeks
since you finished it.
I guess when I was like finishing up my good question, Hannah. When I was finishing up my internship, and I was like a little bit stressed.
Yeah,
I was kind of.
Did you bring it to work with you?
No,
but you just had time.
Yeah. And then my second FO is these mittens that are so fucking beautiful. They're the Sakte mittens by, I feel like Polystrick, but I'm actually not sure.
They're not the ones I made, were they?
No, they're, I have a picture.
Yeah.
But they, my friend Stephanie, these ones.
Oh my gosh, are those beautiful?
Here. They're on my Instagram, and I'll show them a better picture. But they, my friend Stephanie is just moved, and she was getting rid of her scraps, which really were just like
full skeins,
beautiful cashmere silk, almost exclusively. And so there was a full skein and a half of Camellia Fiber Company Sylvan DK, which is like cashmere alpaca.
Is that what you bought also at BKL?
Mm-hmm. I have the fingering weight that I'm using in a sweater, and it's like my favorite yarn, and I really want to make a DK gray sweater out of it, but it's like, speaking of $400, like, so I made these mittens, and I like love them with all my heart, and I literally like just knit them straight through, like
you
had the best
time.
Yeah. So
they look super engaging, like fun.
It was so
stitch
fun.
pattern.
Yeah, they have little baubles. They have like a little circle thing, a horseshoe shape around the baubles, and then like little dip stitches. So
I've never done any of those techniques.
Oh, that's so fun. You've never done a bauble?
I've never done a bauble. I've never done a dip stitch. I've never whatever that horseshoe thing is.
Like
I've never
cable, one by one cable, moving it around. Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah.
And it's so soft. I might give them to my mom. I might keep them. I don't know. I think
those
they
are
look really good.
They look really professional.
Yeah,
they're really nice.
They look better in person too.
Yep.
So those are my FOs, and I have a lot of flips. Do you want to talk about what you're wearing?
Yeah. So this is a long time coming. This is probably the longest. I'll stand up so you can see a little bit better. This is probably the longest whip I've had.
Incredible.
Probably ever, potentially. This is the Dappled Lace Raglan by James M. Watts. I knit the long sleeve version. Okay, something I'll just say a brief aside about that. So, whatever. We don't believe in like awarding value judgments to knitting habits, even though we do it literally all the time. But that being said, like do as I say, not as I do. So one of my like worst habits is that I never read through a pattern, and it always comes back and bites me in the ass. Like literally always.
Did that happen with this?
Well, I was like, the reason I procrastinated so much, I was like, the sleeves are so hard to do. There's nothing in the pattern that tells you how to knit a long sleeve. Like I'm having to modify it the entire way.
Short sleeved.
He puts it in the pattern. Like they put it in the pattern.
Oh, they do?
Fully. It's like fully in the pattern, and I just didn't read it. Literally didn't read it to the point that I knit the entire thing. I can't even remember.
You didn't realize the mod was an option in the pattern?
Yeah. Like I just assumed. I just fully assumed. I modified it myself. It was like really hard. I'm like writing down like decrease this one, like trying to keep it in the lace pattern, fully included in the pattern. I think I also said on the podcast like it's a real shame they don't include like the modifications for long sleeve, like fully in the pattern.
Oh my god.
So anyway.
But it looks phenomenal.
It looks fine. Like
have you worn it?
I've worn it a lot. I thought I almost wore it once with you, but I guess not because you said you hadn't seen it.
Maybe I forgot. But
yeah,
I don't think so.
I love it. I knit it with. I brought the yarn. So this is the cone of whole skarn.
You still have a lot.
You know what's so funny? I knit it and I was like, this will be great. Like I'll knit a sweater with like just this yarn and like I'll use it all up. Yeah. This sweater is like
no yarn.
Lace, so it uses no yarn.
Because how many things have you used this for?
I couldn't even count. I've made balaclavas with it. I've made a really nice that Anne Betzel like
with
vest
this
I made.
cone.
Yeah, that cone.
Wow. Whole
what
scarf,
else
everybody.
Wait, didn't I also just knit like a sweater where I held this double with it? Maybe not, but I've knit a lot of stuff with this.
Cool.
Yeah, and now this. So
Amazing.
I don't know what else I knit with it, but I'm so popular. I'm getting 3,000 phone calls during this. Okay. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's
amazing.
I think I put on Instagram some of my modifications, I believe. It really needed to block out. I'm proud of myself for this one. It was...
You hated it.
Yeah. The elephant in the room is that I indeed did hate this. So, yes. But I'm proud of it for persevering.
It's amazing.
Yes. And it's really beautiful, and I find it really wearable for the summer. Yep.
Atta girl.
Should I do my one other FO?
Yeah.
Which you've kind of seen, but it was kind of a sneaky...
I have no idea what it is.
It was a sneaky FO that like still has one outstanding task, finishing task. So this is the vest.
Oh, it's sweet.
From
It
more
really
last minute knitted gifts. And I told Isabelle, it'd been so long since we podcasted, I was like watching our last episode to remember what we chatted about.
It's so cute.
But yeah, so this is the vest I made for my new baby cousin. And I will... Sorry, am I boring you?
No.
I'm kidding you.
I'm kidding. No, it's beautiful.
It's stunning.
Wow.
But anyway, so this is the vest I completed, and I'm gonna embroider a heart on it. So
It's so cute.
yeah, and I used just scraps, which was fun.
It's really nice.
It's from a book, Joelle Henderson's More Last Minute Gifts. And in our last episode, I talked at length about this about this book, but it's a great book.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I love it, Hannah.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm always sleepy.
Ugh.
We'll go out for coffee after this. That'll be fun.
Yay. It's our first time seeing each other since she got back, and I'm so happy.
I'm so happy to be back. I got back last night to New York, to New York City.
It's amazing. I was saying the city missed her.
And I miss the city. Happy to be back. I'm happy to be back to my knitting also. I went, there were some like yarn stores in Spain. Nothing was like super calling to me. I think in Madrid I could have seen more. I was in Madrid for a few days, but I was just visiting friends. So
yeah.
I studied in Madrid when I was in college, so I have some friends there that I was seeing. So, and it's so hot there that I just didn't want to go look at yarn and touch yarn. Okay. I'm dying to know what whips you brought.
Okay, so you may recall that my partner Victoria and I have been knitting a love blanket together because we were long distance last summer, and so we were like knitting squares, thinking that we would eventually like sew them together. I've been kind of a bitch about it and have been really sick of it, but have re-fallen in love with it. I now have 20 left, and she has 15. Mm-hmm. And we blocked like all the other ones, and the total is like 120. So you do the math, but like literally my entire kitchen and dining room and living room were just all squares. My cat did poop on one. That's okay. It's better than pee, actually. It's fine. And we started sewing them together.
Oh my goodness.
Ta-da!
Wow.
Here.
Wow. Oh, it's perfect. This is such an heirloom. Look at the colors together also.
Yeah. I know. I wish that we had sewn together all of it.
Sorry, we should hold it up. I'm like...
Because you can't... It's still...
So walk us through the process of mapping out where each square is going to go and what stitches you use to sew it up. And
so it's from a book called by D. Hardwick. I think it's a Lina publication. And we are following the chart that she has.
Okay.
So we're totally...
And did you use the same colors?
Roughly. We switched a couple, but we're doing the same pattern, whatever. And so it's like 14 by 9. And it's rows, like each row is alternating each column is alternating 2 colors all the way up.
Okay.
So you can kind of see here, like...
Oh, I see, yeah.
So this is like purple, red, purple. The next one's green, pink, green, etc. So that's what we're doing. and I fucking love it. And now I'm like, I'm gonna get this thing done. And I've done like, I did like 2 squares really close together, and was like, okay, I can do this. Victoria's crocheting them together with single crochet up this way.
I was wondering how they're combined.
Yeah, so the columns are single crochet, and then the rows, it's connected on the bottom so that way it like overlaps nicely.
Mm-hmm.
The book doesn't actually give a direction, so we're just
really to sewing it. It's just like seam and holding together.
Yeah.
Wait, how?
And there's a crochet border on the end.
And look, these are so neatly.
She's amazing.
And I love that it's like the crochet together is like, we should show because of this.
Yeah.
But the crochet is like, here, this is a really good example right there. Like it's a detail, you know, it's not an invisible join.
Because we wanted, on the sides, I don't know if you can tell, like there's less white extra, whereas at the top there's like kind of a bit more, and at the bottom, so we wanted that to be like a white border around each square. Also because we both knit them, the gauge is not the same, and they're different sizes. So it kind of hides the misalignment.
So sorry, can you, you've been doing this part?
So Victoria has been doing all the joins, and I've been weaving in all the ends.
Okay. And what is happening here? Did you just do this to show today, or?
No, yeah, so she's
as she goes.
She did it this way, and then she's going to do it that way.
Okay,
so I see. She's doing columns.
Okay.
But this is our first one. We did it last night.
It's amazing.
And I'm so happy with it.
It's so beautiful.
And now that I can see how perfect and beautiful it is, I'm like really committed. Yeah. And so I think it's going to be done soon. It's done in the good wool from Purl Soho. It smells like fucking sheep, even though I wash it with like a really nice smelling wool wash. Can't smell it at all, but that's fine. And I think we'll give it a steam at the end to like, so that it relaxes. But honestly, it looks phenomenal. Like you can't even tell. Like the squares are blocked, but I'm just like obsessed. So I'm really excited. And like now we can't break up, obviously, because who gets the blanket? It's gonna be queen sized, Hannah. Which I also like when I was hating my life knitting these fucking little tiny bitch squares. And I was like, maybe we can make it smaller. And we were like, no, it could have fucking been smaller.
No, I love that it's dramatic. Huge. It's like a real... Yeah. So I have so many comments about this. First off, this is incredible. And like, when you were knitting it, I was like, oh, it's nice.
It's crazy.
But you needed to see the whole thing together. Yeah. Like, you needed to see it all combined.
And I'm like, is this like a bed throw? Is it on the couch? Like, what do we...
I'm like, I want this to be your bed. I love it. All white room, this. Incredible. It's beautiful.
Well, and we have like a soft pink, like a dusty pink linen duvet.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
So I feel like... Yeah, it's honestly, it's crazy. It's like, so that's my first whip, and I think I am going to be really zeroing in on finishing these squares.
Also, it reminds me, like, I don't know if you ever watched some of the old Caddy Jocks episodes with Debbie Korb.
Maybe.
And she
makes amazing
blankets, like these massive blankets. Yeah. And I remember like when I watched those like during COVID when I was starting to knit, like seriously. And I remember watching those episodes and being like, whoa, like one day that's what I want to do. And I mean, you're doing it. You're literally doing it.
I'm glad that we're doing it together because otherwise I think I probably would have given up on it, honestly. And she's been really committed and really held down the fort. So shout out to Victoria. I'm really excited.
I'm really excited for you too. Also, shout out to Victoria because she's not here to gas herself. She's been knitting for... I taught her how to knit. We taught her how to knit.
Yeah. Like, maybe a year ago now.
It was...
But she's been doing this since like a few months after. So some of them, she fucking tied them together in the middle of the square, the yarns. And I was like, I'm going to kill you because
Oh my God.
It's fine. Only like 2. And she was like, sorry. She didn't know better. Fine. But no, this is her.
I'm sorry, color work.
Should we show the float?
Yeah, show the floats. Show the back, of course. Wow, you guys are so good. I can't believe you did this.
I'm really excited. Doesn't it look so good?
This is such a perseverance project.
Yeah, I was like, we have to sew them together because then I'll like be motivated. Otherwise, I'm just like another fucking square in the fucking bucket of square. It's like a. So.
Can I tell like a brief aside?
Yeah.
Okay, so brief aside is that one of my best friends moved to Portland, Oregon, and she's like from the East Coast, so it was a bit of a culture shock. One of the culture shocks was like how kind of like fit and active and outdoorsy everyone is. So like the story she told that we all laughed about was like she was telling somebody that her sister was actually running the New York City Marathon, and the boss at Portland, it was her new boss. She moved for work. I was like, oh great, and that's great. What's your perseverance project? Like, exactly, like a leading question, assuming like everybody has like a perseverance project.
I would vomit.
And we all were like, and we always make that joke to each other, being like, what's your perseverance project?
The love blankie.
And now I'm like, this is your freaking perseverance project, Isabelle. Like, you literally the love blankie. I think knitting is 100% a perseverance project.
Yeah. Well, last night I was like, baby, I don't want it to go down in history that I hated this blanket. Can we change the narrative?
Let's change the narrative.
She's been like bugging me to finish it, and I've been like, oh, leave me alone. Because I realized my knitting is like so chaotic, and I love like casting on a million things and like taking turns, because in the rest of my life I'm like pretty type A, and I like to be kind of just like, I don't know, what do I feel like? And so I've been like, every time I'm like, yay, a new project, she's like, yeah, or you could do a square. So I was like, but now I'm like really excited about it again, and I'm like, I was so excited for the beginning, and I'm gonna be so excited for the end. So it just would be like a shame if it went down in history that I was like really like coming in high, whatever. But she's also valid.
What size needle do you use?
4. I actually am using your 4.
Oh,
your little wooden 4.
Great.
That like.
Great. I think I know the one. Yeah.
I'll give it back to you when it's done.
It's literally no rush. I didn't even know it was on. So
yeah, and she's knitting it I think on 5s because she has
tighter.
Super tight gauge. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's that.
Okay, perseverance project.
Should I show another one?
Yeah, show another
there's
one.
Like a lot.
Yeah, do it.
I didn't.
We'll do 2 in 1.
Bring them all, but okay. This I'm just like updating because I haven't worked on it a ton. It's my Yoko top, and I showed it last time.
And then you were almost gonna stop, and then I was like, I love it.
Yeah, so I finally got to the point where I'm just
working on the body.
Yeah, but it's so
the construction on this top is like a little weird.
It's like this.
Oh yeah, it's like that, or maybe I think it's actually this way.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a wrap top. So you're doing like one half, and then you knit all the way around.
But
and then
now
you
it's like 14 inches of this, and I'm like, ooh. So I put it down.
But it's good just to have for like...
Yeah, I'll pick it up eventually.
For knitting and doing other stuff.
Yeah. And then I have to do the whole thing again with the fucking other one.
Wait, this is Coast, right?
Yeah, it's Holstar and Coast, which is wool, and you can make another one for yourself.
But I don't like this
have a gray one.
Exactly. I need to wear that one.
You could dye it.
Yeah, I could.
Well, cotton wool, best base ever, held double, fabulous. And I'll wear the shit out of it, but just not this summer.
It's fun that
I made this bag though, which is cute.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you already showed it. Something I like about not to compliment ourselves, but something I like in podcasts in general is like, I don't know, it's cute that we like repeat yarns. Like I always think it's interesting to see when people knit the same yarns again and again. And of course a lot of knitters do that, but we're not, we don't have a ton of years of knitting a lot, but I respect that we have our tried and trues. And
Oh, I like that, and I feel like you learn a lot.
Yeah. Oh, let me talk about, related to that, one thing. So this isn't a whip, but it was for a second. I was working on, it's a very like not super popular pattern on Ravelry, but I found a picture of it. It's from a Japanese designer, Soap Knits, and it was the timeless cardigan and pullover. And I was knitting on it. I'd love it. Maybe we can put in a picture.
Yeah.
I was knitting on it using this possum blend yarn that I got as a gift from New Zealand, and it's by Zilana Rimu. And we had like never seen this yarn before, like heard of possum yarn, right? Mm-hmm. And then guess who was just knitting with it? 2 Purls of
Yes,
and it's like the exact same color, and they're like, this yarn is amazing. Like it has
a book club cardigan, right?
Yes, the book club cardigan with it. So I don't know. It was just, I also love like when you're knitting with the yarn and someone else is knitting with the yarn.
It was cool, and she did like a whole talk about like the ethics. I was like, slay.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed that I said slay before. As though I don't say it all the time. But I'm a confident millennial. Okay. Are you gonna cast on with that soon? We were just saying.
So I did. I cast on. I cast on, and then I realized I literally loved the yarn and pattern combo. Like it flew. I think I have some pictures. Anyway, I was loving it. But I realized I don't have enough because when I initially asked for this yarn, which was brought back to me from New Zealand, I was like, I'm going to make a vest. And I still might make a vest, but...
Oh, so you just have vest quantity?
So I have vest quantity, but I don't know which vest to make.
Ooh. Is it worsted?
Yeah, it's DK, but it's like a thick DK, heavy DK. So I would love to do like kind of like a, I don't know, it has a vintage feel to it, this color. Like I'd love to do maybe like almost a menswear vest with like a crew neck and buttons down the middle.
Oh, do you want texture or just plain?
No, stockinette, I think. The yarn is really nice, so I feel like it'd be nice to do a stockinette. I don't know. We'll see.
If you have recommendations.
Yeah, if you have recommendations for like a DK weight vest. I have a lot of yarn for a vest, but just not enough for a sweater. So anything works. Like I could do cables.
Even like a loose gauge sweater?
Yeah, I could do a loose gauge. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
So I'm like loving this yarn though. I just knit a lot in it, and then I was like realized I'd done my math wrong.
Oh.
But I'm just so excited to work on it.
You were saying that Hannah's gonna start grad school, law school, to become a lawyer, and we were saying like I really liked. You were saying you want like mindless knits, and I was saying I really liked that I cast on a bunch of stuff before I started grad school because then it felt like supportive. Because I didn't have to think about what to cast on. Yeah. But I had like projects waiting for me.
I remember, that was really good.
So she was like, time to cast on.
I'm kind of feeling like I have cast on fever just because I've had like...
You've been removed?
Yeah, I was like away for so long and my head was just like, oh, maybe I'll knit this, maybe I'll knit that while I was walking, so...
Totally.
Yeah, I think I'm going to I'll start my vest and I'll start a few other things. Also for travel, it's nice to have like a few different things going, so...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Show some more whips.
So, okay. This one was an FO, but it's a whip again. And it's the chambray sweater by Atelier Amelie, and I have now combined it with the Bepeo blouse by Eggio, I think it's how it's pronounced, knits. I've redone the collar and changed it completely, and I have unraveled the body to now do much more longer 2x2 ribbing. Okay. So, if you recall...
I love that you went back to the chopping block. Like you returned to this.
I didn't like it. So now it's 2x2 ribbed collar. And I'm so excited because it was just V-neck and I kind of figured it out by myself. Like I've never really modded to that extent, but I did an applied I-cord, which I've never done, and I didn't Google how to do it or anything. I just was like, this feels right. And then I didn't measure or anything. I just like picked it up when it felt good. And I did a 2x2 rib and then cast off, just normal cast off, and I really like it. I think I'll get a lot more wear out of it this way, and then I'm gonna do,
it looks amazing,
2x2 ribbing on the bottom because I need it to be like a lot longer than it was, and I have so much extra yarn, like who cares. It's the Woolfolk Snow in the navy and white marl. It's super soft. It's also a lot heavier than I thought it would be, so I also kind of am happy that I'm making it bigger because it's going to be warm, so I want to be what it is.
Totally.
And then finally, I'm trying to decide if I want to split the hems or just do one. I've never done a split hem, so I don't know, but I think I'm going to do like a good 4 or 5 inches of ribbing.
Wait, so, you just did that massive split hem?
I know, I hate it.
Oh.
But that's like more of a, that's like a huge
It's almost like German.
I don't like that.
What would you wear this over? Just like a tank top? It's so soft you don't need.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it like with jeans or slacks for like work or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I think you can't go wrong with either way.
Yeah, I can't decide. I might just not. What were you made a face?
No, I'm just like so proud of you for returning to this knit. That's so cool because
No, go ahead.
No, I just think it's like it's great to return to things that you don't like, you know.
Thank you. And it was too short. Yeah. Part of me is like I modded the sleeves to like go in more than they do, but they still are pretty out. So I'm like, do I even go back and like make the sleeves more like fitted? But that's crazy. I never do stuff like this.
It's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, but
this looks so much better. It looked great before,
but
it wasn't. It looks beautiful. It looks
like
tensional.
Stunning.
So the IO sweater that you did, or that you're working from as well, does it have this collar?
Yes, so that's what I borrowed was the collar.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna knit that sweater too, I think, because it's so cute. But then I was like, No, maybe I did it.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
But I will say I'm really happy that I did the chambray because I just still think that her fit is really nice.
Yeah.
And I think that longer will fix the body issues that I had.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned for if it's split hem or not. I might look at like retail sweaters and just like
see which ones you like.
Yeah. I feel like it's easier to tell.
It's beautiful. It was beautiful. It's even more beautiful. It's amazing.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Should I show one more?
Yeah, you show one more.
And then, is that annoying?
No, I have one more left.
Otherwise it's going to be like...
Yeah, you show one more.
So I'm going to show... Okay. I did a chaotic cast on. And it is the...
This is another project bag you made.
So it's like still very new, but I decided to show it. Wow. It's the, what the fuck is it called? The Berlin scarf, which is like double knit scarf, or not double knit. It's knit in the round, and it looks like those like kind of trendy ones with it has like a fringe.
Yeah, like a really big.
Picture.
Yeah.
So here she is. That's what I have so far, but I'm knitting it with unspun and knitting for olive. I think it's like I think it might be olive colored, olive green. Sorry, I just totally put it in front of your face. And I'm really excited because I've been eyeing this scarf and I was like, fuck it. So now I'm knitting it. It's kind of yucky to knit on, but this softens so much when you wash it, so I'm persevering.
It's yucky because it's like it feels so natural.
Yeah.
Is this the same yarn you used for that sweater?
Mm-hmm. I have so much left, so if you want some, I might give you some.
That's awesome. And do you know the designer for Berlin scarf or no?
I don't. Scandinavian. I'll include it.
I don't know this pattern. I'm just like surprised. It's really cool.
And
you're holding it double.
I showed it to you, right? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I actually don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding it double because that's like how it comes.
And this is from
Retrosaria
Mohair, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And did you own this mohair before, or did you buy it for this?
I bought it for something else, but...
Whoa, that's knit?
Yeah.
And what?
Yeah.
Let me see what... Okay, yeah.
So, like, that's so fun, right?
It's by... Let's see who it's by.
I was like, I want, like, a...
Paula Strict. It's by Paula Strict.
Iconic, yeah. I was like, it's by some, like, big Scandinavian.
Yeah.
But I kind of am like, it's going to use up the yarn that I have way too much of, and also it's going to just be, like, magical, perfect. So, that's that. Enough said.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And I was going
did we show this to the people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was going back... And I was going back and forth about like what mohair to hold with it, but I think the simple is going to be good. So
it looks beautiful.
Everyone else in the group chat was like, use the variegated, and yeah, I think you were the one who was like,
this is a scarf. Oh, I was abroad and I was like, use the one color.
Yeah. Perfect.
I was that's what you asked. You asked for our opinion. So you went with mine.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody else disagreed with you, and I was like, I think I was going to do that anyway.
Your gut was
like,
telling you.
Your
gut was telling you. It looks amazing. I mean, it looks like store-bought. Not that we award value judgment to that, but it's cool that it's a very different type of pattern. Like
I'm excited. And I think once I block it again, it's gonna like transform into just smush. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so let me do my. I already showed my other whip, which were my socks. So
and we love it.
So we're ready for my one whip.
Yeah.
Is everyone excited? Okay.
Are you
so
kidding?
This is the Bright Sweater by Junko. As you can see, I'm just finishing the yoke right now.
What yarn?
So the yarn is, I brought...
Hannah, what the fuck? I love this.
Huh. Oh, it's on the floor.
Oh my god.
Wow. So it's totally beautiful. You knit on a size 4. It's by Junko Okamoto. And the yarn is Garthenor.
Beautiful.
How do you think you pronounce that?
Basalt?
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 That's the shade, but it's Garthenor, and then the yarn base is called Pressely. And then I bought it at Rhinebeck this year. It's
that's fun.
They're Welsh, Scottish, and English. So British wool.
Cool.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's super nice.
It's one of these really cool rustic wools that's super soft.
Wow.
And feels, yeah.
And you're done with the yoke now, right?
And I'm done with the yoke. So what you do next is you can see I have some of Isabelle's adorable little stitch markers that are croissants.
Oh.
So that's from when she used to make stitch markers. So you basically then the construction's kind of funky. I haven't quite figured it out because of course I haven't read the pattern. But as I'm working through it, you do the yoke and then you kind of start doing. There's like a separate sleeve pattern, and then the body continues in essentially just stockinette, and then you continue with.
Oh yeah, because there's pattern down the sleeve.
Yeah,
right?
There's like cable pattern. So you can see
nice.
I'm starting. Let me show you. I'm just starting the cables a little bit. This is the sleeve. So here you can see a little bit. Yeah.
What size are you knitting?
So it's one size.
This was my question. I want to knit it because I'm technically within it, but I would want to like expand it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so you're my trial because I want to see what happens, and then I want to like figure out how to make it bigger because it's beautiful.
So I think let me see because I'm at the most complicated part where
so you'll tell me.
Yeah, so I'll tell you.
But I feel like it's a raglan, right? So
yeah, and people do it. I mean, I don't know how people do it. I think you just go up needle size and then
more increases.
Yeah, more. It's not a raglan, it's a circular, I think.
Oh, but fine.
Yeah.
More increases.
I think actually right now it turns into a raglan. Then you start doing it raglan.
You'll tell me.
I'll tell you.
It's amazing.
I mean, the reason I did it is because of this neckline. I just love so much the twisted rib and then
You've wanted to do this forever.
Yeah, I wanted, and it's been on my like to knit list forever. And I just knew I had to find the perfect yarn, and this yarn was perfect. So
wow, was it hard? Was like the yoke tricky? I've never done
no.
those stitches.
These are called. She calls them cluster stitches. Really simple. You can probably just see what you do. You just stop what you're knitting and then boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Wrap it around 3 stitches, almost like you're cabling. Like I take 3 stitches off with a cable needle, wrap the yarn around 3 times, and then put them back on your needle and keep knitting.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Sometimes it's like not that deep.
I feel like all the ones that look like something I really want to do is it Latvian? The Latvian like braid. I think that's what it's called. Latvian braid and knitting. You'll see it on some of those like mittens, winter mittens. It looks so hard, but I think it's like not hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been loving knitting this. I'm so excited to return to it. Yep. It's just been beautiful.
Hannah. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And I can't stop touching this yarn. It's like nice.
It's awesome. It's one of my favorite yarns I've ever used. And I don't think it will pill or anything. So
yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Okay, I have 4 things left.
Yay!
3 of which are in this little bag from Retrosaria Pomar, which I love.
This is awesome. It's so cute.
Okay, so one is this sock. My first vanilla sock that I wish I had put on a blocker for you. But
it's beautiful.
I bought this yarn at Knitty City. It's the So Basic sock by Summerly Knits because I'm trying to find my like perfect sock, stitch count, blah blah blah. And it's like a cotton merino, which is sort of fun. It's like 40% cotton and 10% nylon.
Cool.
I wonder if I have the tag in here.
Wait, this is a cool sock base.
I literally love it, and I wish that I could find it, but it's in my Ravelry, so I'll post it in the show notes. It's like a great sock yarn. And then, obviously, instead of casting on the second sock, I used my 1 pair of sock needles to cast on a different sock.
You already had that one casted on, right?
Yeah, so it was casted on DPNs, but I didn't like that.
So you prefer to knit on
I like
Magic Loop? Okay.
So here she is.
Ugh, I'm obsessed with this sock yarn. Sorry, it feels like this, those like perfect, the LL Bean camp socks?
That's what it feels like.
It feels like those, yeah.
But it's like lighter. I really like it.
Do you just knit tight, or are those not ones? Are they ones?
They're ones.
You have such a nice gauge. I feel like my gauge is so... Maybe I need to move.
What do you mean? What do you knit on?
I knit on ones, but I knit on wooden. Like, doesn't my gauge just feel like looser? Maybe not.
Yeah, a little.
Maybe not.
Because look. Yeah, a little. You can count.
Well,
Summerly has a video where you count, like...
How to figure out your gauge?
Yeah, for socks, which I found really helpful.
Oh, cool.
But, wait, look at this sock, Hannah. I'm, like, obsessed. So... It's the toe-up sock from Purl Soho.
Beautiful.
And it's like alternating. It's like 2x2 ribbing with cables in between.
Are they real cables?
Yeah, but I fucked them up and I was cabling every row instead of every 4 rows like an asshole. So I went back from here down and did surgery. So you can literally see where it changes and they get like
totally
again.
Totally.
But I really love. I hope it vlogs out, but if not, it's on my foot. So I guess it's like the best possible place. Also, my janky short rows on the heel. Because I've never done a toe-up sock. And it's like rough.
Oh, this is interesting though. Like I haven't done.
It's like a little nub.
I haven't done a toe sock in like ages. It's bringing me back.
What Millie's making has like a sock bingo card from her local yarn shop.
Oh, cute.
And one of them is toe-up socks, and I was like,
So this is bottom. So yeah, which do you prefer?
So this is top down.
Yeah.
And it's. I don't know yet. I really like them both, and I'm really excited to do socks now. Obviously, I'm like, but I'm also really excited to redeem myself with these short rows next time. Oh, also this yarn is from Newburgh Sock Company, and I got it from Wool Soap last year, and I think it's the only yarn I bought there, and I really love it.
Is it just a cashmere merino merino nylon?
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Soft.
I love the red socks.
But I don't know.
I'm obsessed with this base. I'm gonna go buy it from.
Literally,
I'll tell you
what it is. I don't know.
Did it come in a ball?
Yeah.
Hank? Yeah, I'm literally.
I was there.
Big gift card to Nitty City.
It's my favorite yarn shop, so I would love to come.
Okay, let's do it this one.
Because you can just sit at the tables. Victoria, the day of her graduation, we were like, we're tired. We want to sit somewhere, and I was like, I don't have knitting with me, so I bought this and the needles.
Oh, amazing! That's so cute.
Because I had bought DPNs and I was like, it's not it. I'm like figuring out my sock references. I'm really excited. Yeah. And this is like so fun. I was like, ooh, I don't know about cotton. Love it. So those are my 2 sock whips.
And sometimes your feet are like too hot in knit socks. So this is.
That's why I
want to wear this
practical?
with like.
They only have like the marled too in different colors.
I love the marled.
It's fun.
Okay, cool.
And it wasn't crazy expensive.
Beautiful.
Okay. Wait, it's not even been that much time. I'm like, are we speeding?
No, we're having a great time. I think we're good.
So, okay.
What is that?
Every year I knit Victoria a hat for Christmas. This will be the 3rd one. And this is the Camellia Fiber Company Rainbow Sprinkles, which is only available in the month of June for Pride. And it is in the base.
Is it the same base you used before? It's not lichen, is it?
No. It's a different base. It's like fluffy. It has like cotton.
And it's a spun yarn. No, it's not a blown yarn.
It looks like it. It looks like unspun, but it's sturdy. I don't know. What is it called? Is it S?
We'll put it in the show notes.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I love it. And so I'm making her a hat by Hohi Locatelli, who I've never knitted.
I've never knit Hohi before. We were talking about this. We're like, we love Hohi's presence. We've never knit her.
Yeah. So I started it and I knit like a lot of it, and then I realized it was too big, so I switched again and I'm starting over. But I like fucking love it, and it's
Is she not allowed to watch this episode now?
No, she like knows about it. She requested it this year.
Oh, great.
But it's like just straight up, and then you bind off together, and then you like fold it on the top and sew it together. So it's like a little like.
Oh, so it really like comes. It's really cinched at the top. Do you have a picture?
Yeah. No, it's not cinched. It's like sewn. It's super weird.
Okay, I'm gonna go on a brief tangent. So, do you know the like classic Jewish novel Snow in August?
No.
You would
Should
love
I read it?
It's like so beautiful.
I've been reading again.
Reading so good. Snow in August, I believe, is like a classic Jewish, maybe young adult novel. It's just so beautiful. I haven't read it in ages. We should do a little book club, maybe read it. I would love that.
Okay.
Yay. Anyway, but this I feel like is your little taste of Snow in August. Like, look at how beautiful it is.
No, I love it. Okay, it's the Trompsy or something hat. And it's...
Oh my gosh.
It's literally just like, you like you like fold
I've never
it.
seen anything like that.
And it's literally, the caption is, I was traveling, I wanted a warm hat, this is a warm hat. It's like, literally, this year I went to Norway, Tromsø, I knew it would be cold, and I needed a hat. Simple things don't require complicated instructions or explanation. Here's a simple pattern for the warmest hat. So that's what I'm making her, and also I got...
And it's double, right? So you hold it double?
No, it's just 1 by 1 all the way up, 13.5 inches, and then you like do some stuff on the top.
Great.
So it's really fun, and I'm also holding 2 skeins of boucle together for a hat for myself in the rainbow sprinkles so that we can be gay.
Yay!
So that's really fun.
Did you buy it in June? You bought it this year?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ugh, I want rainbow sprinkles is cute.
It's really cute. Victoria has a sweater quantity of the Mohair.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys
I'm
are
like
good.
jealous.
You guys
It's
are
so
good.
cute. Well, because
Yeah. We need more like gay yarn.
I know.
It's really cute.
There's a really cute gay pattern for like rainbow socks that I like. Okay, this is
Also show the bag. It's beautiful.
my petite knit.
So beautiful. Wait, there's
It's the last whip. And I just pooped out a cable needle. Oh my god.
Are you so excited to show it? Is that why? Yay!
Okay.
It's your last whip. Okay,
Yeah.
hold your horses over. Oh my goodness.
Ta-da!
So beautiful. So beautiful.
This is the Samling sweater by Sari Nordland from a long time ago, and it is knit in Camellia Fiber Company, Sylvan fingering weight, which is cashmere alpaca, in the colorway New York, purchased at Vogue Knitting Live, and Surrey alpaca in the colorway Winterberry, because it's like blue with little bits of pink.
And that was the VKL exclusive, right?
Yes. Well, New York was.
Yeah.
But actually, I think it maybe was because they don't have it anymore. And it's freaking,
so beautiful.
It's everything.
They're so good at the speckled yarns, at the like super speckled wearable yarn. Oh,
She's also just like a kind person. Like, I think this is my favorite yarn shop, and if I was rich, I would buy everything they sell because what the fuck? And I'm so excited.
It's absolutely stunning.
Like, literally, I have been doing it like little by little because I don't want to finish it.
Wait, this construction's so interesting. Do you literally just like knit all the way around and there's no shoulder seam, right?
No, I think I did a provisional cast on and picked it up.
It's seamless with the shoulder.
But you can see because like they changed directions here.
The cables?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, see the V's are this way.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Nice.
So I'm just like, it's also a little warm for it. It's very thick, but I'm also so I've been like knitting on it slow because I literally like don't want to not get to knit it anymore.
It's so beautiful.
And
look at these little spurts of like red.
Isn't that cool?
How it feels so hard to me to like achieve light blue and red successfully without making it look like.
It's so pretty.
I don't know. It's just a hard color combination.
I know. I think I want to knit in more like baby blues.
I love that color. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm really excited, and
yeah,
I don't even know what else to say. I like love it. So
we love. Sorry. Okay.
I'm excited to see it like blocked too. I feel like it's just gonna like.
I feel like this episode has been we've had like some like trends. Like there's been some like.
Really? What have they been?
Well, you have like. How many whips with Camellia Fiber Company?
1 FO and 1 whip, I think.
Really?
Am I crazy?
No, 2 because you just showed the sprinkles hat.
Oh yeah.
So like Camellia Fiber Company, Coast is making a return.
Mm-hmm.
Socks, like we're working on socks. We're usually neither of us has worked on socks in like a year.
That's true. I'm really excited about the socks. I have tons of sock yarn to like just.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
We've been a little bit in sync in terms of our knitting. Yeah.
And I also have like so many, like my queue on Ravelry is banging.
Really?
So I'm like, maybe I should just.
Can we go through it after this?
Yeah.
Yay!
You want to have lunch? I'm hungry.
Yeah, let's have lunch. Okay, wait, excited.
Is there anything else to talk about? Did you cover? You have your little notes?
Oh well, I just had some notes.
Not to like, it's like so cute.
So one of my best friends gave me this notebook like 4 years ago or something for my birthday, and I absolutely love it. But I just write down some knitting things. I was just talking about I put down my projects and stuff, but something that I was thinking about a lot on the Camino, which was kind of cool, is you wear the same thing, right, for 40 days. So in that way, it was almost felt like you were wearing a uniform. And it's not, you're hiking, so you don't, it's not anything super special. But it was cool because I felt like I kind of returned to this like very base uniform, not even a capsule, just like almost wearing like nothing that mattered. I was not kind of presenting myself through clothing or through garments or textiles at all, which was kind of hard because, that's something we care about so much, but also really cool because I could think about like devoid of context, right? You're moving through all these different towns. You're not like in a city, devoid of trends, right? You're in this really international space, just walking through Spain. Like, what do you like aesthetically? What clothing are you thinking about without caring about trends or fast fashion or what's, in fashion in a certain space? I don't know. It was just something really cool to think about. And also, I think we do that a lot in our knitting because it's so slow, right? Knitting is so slow. You can't, certain people do, but it's hard to just replicate a certain trend. So anyway, I had a lot of fun just thinking about like what clothing I missed and what yarns I missed and what silhouettes I missed while I was wearing that sort of uniform. I love knitting too. Yeah.
And I love clothes. I recently had a epiphany that I love fashion, and I was like, is that embarrassing?
No, it's not embarrassing. And like, and I think there's ways to do it really ethically and like really healthy.
Yeah, well, and I was like, does that mean that I'm like if I love fashion, I have to be like the most fashionable person ever? But I'm like so into like making clothes and what I want to wear, and
certainly. And it was so interesting. Like, I think also like wearing, I've been working for the past 4 years, and now I'm on a break before I start school, and like
what you wear is gonna be really different.
What I wear is gonna be so different, and like I didn't. Towards the end, I was okay, like more in business casual, but I like didn't love wearing business casual. I didn't feel like myself in certain outfits, and like it's funny, I didn't think about fashion because I was wearing the same, work shirt every single day.
Because you look so good in your business casual. That's crazy.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what I'm wearing. Like, I think towards the end, I felt a lot more comfortable, but oftentimes, like, there's a lot of things I think people, just certain trends I don't really relate to. Yeah. And I don't know, it's just interesting going on the Camino and being like, something I miss is getting dressed every day. And that doesn't, I don't think that's like necessarily superficial or anything.
No,
it's
fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like self-expression.
Like, I missed that, and it was really interesting. Okay, so I'll stop my spiel in a little bit, but like the certain things I loved every day, like thinking about what I missed and what I didn't miss, and like I really missed friends, and I really missed knitting, and I really missed yoga. I was still doing exercise, but it was so different. I was like, wow, I really miss my yoga practice, and I missed getting dressed. And then there were certain things like I didn't miss, like I'm not as active on Instagram. I hope that's okay with everyone. I didn't miss, you're walking, you're not checking your phone. Hope everyone's okay with that. I didn't miss Instagram. I didn't miss, I don't know, there were just certain, I loved my work, but I wasn't, like, I left it, and I honestly didn't miss thinking about that, shocker.
Yeah, but you loved your job.
I loved my job. I don't know, I've been thinking about, we don't need to get into my, like, career exploration, but anyway, I was thinking about, like, what I missed and what I didn't miss from that work.
That sounds like a really valuable thing to think about.
Yeah. But anyway, there are also a lot of things, like, I did miss. Like, when I first, like, I really missed Chinese food. I missed Vietnamese food.
I could fuck with Chinese food.
Should we go get Chinese food for lunch?
We'll see.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm sure to be continued on all these topics. Put below what your perseverance project is in knitting or life.
And you know what else?
What?
Put below like what knitting does for you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because I've been thinking about this so much, especially since the like many whips discussion with Victoria. And I like recently realized that I probably have ADHD, and I was like, no wonder. Like I'm always like, if I'm not holding my knitting, I'm like, ugh. But also I've just been thinking more and more about like what does it do for me in general in terms of like creative expression, and there's like all the obvious ways, like it's relaxing, it keeps me occupied, but I feel like there's more there, like about like the way that it, I don't know. So if you want to,
I think it's a nice prompt.
yeah,
what knitting does for you, and what your perseverance project is
So
in the
funny.
below. And okay, I have an idea for our next podcast. So we did this, I think, at the New Year because Victoria asked us at like knitting group. But I want us to do like an ins and outs again of like knitting. Wouldn't that be fun?
yeah.
Yeah. So we'll like what are some things that are in and out? Because
Would
I
you
noticed
wanna
like Camellia is in,
Yeah.
Hoki is now in, socks are in.
We should do like a plans, like a ending, like midsummer.
Yeah,
what are
midsummer,
our
like,
cast on plans?
totally,
Go
like,
through our cues.
Go through our cues. We're gonna go through our cues after this. Like, what are our plans? Yeah, so maybe the next episode's a little bit more chatty. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay. This was fun.
This is so fun. Love watching or love being with you guys.
Be well.
Okay, bye.